Hey guys, it's Wolf here. So in this video I want to talk about a very important topic called compounding. So this is called compounding and also exponential growth. So humans in general, it's very hard for our brain to understand exponential growth and compounding. And the reason why you need to understand exponential growth and compounding is because Warren Buffett used it to become literally one of the world's richest man on earth by using investing. And how he did it is he started early. Okay, he started at 14 years old. He always says, uh, the earlier you start, the better. Okay, so that's why I'm always pounding the Golden Portfolio membership to you guys. Is because I want you guys to join and see the portfolio I'm building, which will help you to start earlier. And the earlier you start, the more money you are going to make. Okay, and that's the reason why I always want I want to get all of you guys in the portfolio. Okay, so in this video I'm going to explain compound interest, not only like how you can make tons of money with it, but how it affects all our whole lives. Okay, and school system, the education system doesn't talk about it, so that's why I wanted to make this video. Okay, so first of all I'm going to explain it to you, and I use this I think that you have probably heard this story. So there's the so this is the chessboard story with the rice. So there was this guy who did something for the emperor of India, and then the emperor of India said, hey, name your reward. And this man responded that he wanted rice. Okay, one rice on the first square, and there are 64 squares on chessboard, so he wanted one rice. And then after the for every square it doubles, so one was 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. Okay, so after all the 64 squares, the rice actually is so absolutely insane amount that it would basically fill whole India with a meter thick layer of rice. That's how crazy compounding interest is. That is how crazy it is. Einstein said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. And those who use compound investing will win, literally. And the reason I'm saying this, because let me talk about this a little bit here. So everything in your life compounds. I want to pound compounding in your head, because after you learn this, you are so much more wiser and you can achieve great things. Okay, let me show you why. So if you look at, for example, here where we have 1, and then this 16 doubles. So after 16 doubles, from 1 we go to 32,000. Look how exponential the growth is. Okay, and how exponential growth works. So you have some number, and then you add a number, 1 point, or you add a percent to it, and then over time it will compound like this. Okay, now use this. Now let me show you example. So if you, for example, okay, you have, let me show you this. There is a great chart. Let's just use this one. Okay, so let's say that you have money. Okay, you start investing in cryptocurrencies, right? It will compound over the years if the things you buy will go up, either percents or numbers, whatever you want to use. Over time it compounds. So the whole idea is to buy stuff that goes up over long term, and it will compound like crazy. That's how Warren Buffett made his money. He bought blue chip companies, all cash flow, and when the companies are cash flow, they have cash flow, so they can which means that people are actually buying the products that they're producing. There's user adoption, and also it creates cash flow for the company, and it can use that cash flow to grow the company and pay dividends for the token holders and shareholders. Okay, and leaders in the space, because if you have leaders, it's very easy to keep the leader position, right? Okay, um, so now right now, as for example in the portfolio, I'm building it up for myself, and I'm only buying blue chip assets because of this. I want to buy them, and in the long term they will compound, and this will happen at some point if the picks were right for the long term, right? Now I want to expand this for you. I want to expand this because no one talks about this. I'm very sad that the school system does not talk what I'm going to share with you right now. I'm very sad, sad because of it, and I want to change it. So if you have the compound interest, for example, here, everything in your life compounds. Let me tell you an example. You can eat fast food and eat like shit and not exercise, and it doesn't, create any kind of like difference for the first when you are young. So for example, here to here, but you can see at 50 years old the compound starts to hit, and it will hit like a fucking train. Okay, so that's why a lot of people, if they for example smoke or anything like that, or vape or anything like that, you don't it doesn't like have any kind of like effects on when you are young, right? But on the longer term, and when it hits, it will hit like a fucking train. So I'm telling you, get your health, wealth, love, and happiness right. Remember, everything that you do in daily basis is a habit, and it will compound like this. Okay, and so that's what I wanted to share with you here. Just to remind you guys that, like, I know that all of you are, if you're like 20 to 40 years old, like, around that age, you know. So there's still tons of time to change this. Okay, there's still tons of times to change this. And the first thing that I want to change, and I hope to create the change in the crypto space, is I want to change. So this is very important what I'm going to say to you. So the strategy on how I'm buying the tokens, okay, is by the way, also with love. So I want to say this before I go into this strategy, is because love, also all the little details that you do every single day with your relationships or something like that, it compounds also like this. So be very careful on the little, like the detail is in the devil is in the detail. That's the saying, right? It's because on the long term it compounds. Okay. So anyway, so the portfolio strategy that I have, and that's why I want everybody to get in the golden portfolio membership, because this is the strategy I use. And what everything I show you guys, I do myself, because this is the level of opportunity I'm telling you. So for example, with the new cryptocurrency, I learn about it, or anything I'm investing into, I learn about it. If I like it, I buy a little, then I learn, and then if I like it, I buy a little more or if I don't like it, I sell. Okay, and this just goes on and on. And the true beauty of this strategy is that, if the token that I'm buying or the project that I'm buying is blue chip, and it goes up for a long time, it will the money will compound like crazy. Okay, because you can see here, for example, on these let me show here. So here, for example, it doubled every time. So that's basically the growth. I think so. The growth is like cryptocurrencies are growing like they are more than doubling every year. So that's why I'm telling you that this is huge opportunity. So not only so let me tell you, this is where the magic happens in the long term. So not only the money will compound here, but what happens is that when you learn about the tokens, your knowledge compounds. Okay, so knowledge compounds all the same way like health, wealth, love, and happiness. Knowledge will compound, and that's why Warren Buffett truly said, like, you have to start early. When he was 15 years old, he had to read all the books on the library where he was staying at, and that knowledge compounded like crazy. Okay, so now, as this strategy that I'm sharing with everybody on the Golden Portfolio membership and on this year also on the membership, is that when you learn about the project and then buy a little, your knowledge compounds and your money compounds. And the saying goes by Warren Buffett: the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn, the more you earn. So you learn and earn at the same time. Like, this strategy that I'm telling you is so long term and so fundamental that it's literally insane. Okay, if you go look at YouTubers, let me show you what YouTubers do, or other Twitter personalities, influencers, that kind of stuff. Ridiculous. So so for example, they come here and look at token, let's say that Cardano. First of all, they don't know anything about the project. They don't know the total value locked. They don't know how this consensus work and what it is. They don't know anything about the project. They come here and they draw charts. Okay, they draw chart. They look like here. So from here to here, we pull a chart, or they draw not charts but lines. They draw lines on the chart. Okay, so they draw a line here, then they draw a line here, and they say, okay, so this is a hidden pattern shoulder, pattern. So this is a dead cross. This is this kind of pattern. Now, yeah, that can be great in the short term, but how drawing lines will compound in the future? How does it compound? After 50 years, what you like, what I'm saying? Because it is impossible to see with, there's probably, so with, with trading and stuff like that, all of the richest people are investors. There you can make some money with trading, but it doesn't compound like this. Okay, think about with the trading and drawing lines. It also compounds your health, the way you are living the trader life. There's a lot of you do a lot of sacrifices to make the trading happen and drawing the lines. So that will, I believe, my personal view, as I have studied best of the best, they say that trading will compound you to fucking hell. Okay, so that's why I avoid trading and I avoid drawing lines, because drawing lines compounds. You can just draw more lines. That's how it compounds. And the money doesn't compound with the trading, because the whole point of compounding is that you buy something and then it goes up in value and you will never sell it. That's how compounding works. But with trading, you just completely flipping stuff, and so it doesn't compound. That's why Warren Buffett always talks about that. Like, he doesn't do that because it doesn't compound. Okay, so people who look at charts and don't know what they're buying and don't learn, they are not compounding knowledge, and they are not compounding their money. I mean, that's what people like to see on YouTube. That's what they want to see. They want, like, it's moronic. Like, I'm telling you, I learned from my mentor that there's only 1% of people who truly know what they're saying, and when you find a person like that, you listen to every fucking word that they speak. Okay, and I have found out that that's true, because when you people always have opinions, right? People always have opinions, but usually those opinions, all the opinions that are in the people's head, they have learned from someone else, and the chance that someone else was expert at what they were talking about is very fucking small. So that's why I just tune out every fucking thing and I just listen to the smartest people on planet Earth. Okay, and so that's why I highly recommend you guys also just study the best. Go to look at Warren Buffett. You don't have to listen to me. Just go look at Warren Buffett. Go look at Charlie Munger. Go just study these guys, because these are truly the masters, right? But I think that I'm still going to have a space in this space, because, and I can provide value because I learned this stuff, and I can help you to just make it fast, simple, and easier for you, because time is of the essence. For example, Amazon just focuses on solving people's problems. So what they've solved is really literally time problem. They cut the time of getting some buying thing online and having it at your front door. Amazon is great at that. It's excellent at that. So that's what they did. So I can help you to just cut your time and give you the best shit, like in this, for example, in this video, compound interest. And now as you start learning more about compound interest, you will see the magic happening. Remember, compound interest, a lot of people don't use it and don't understand it because no one explains it, right? And also, they expect the results to happen instantly. But that's how compound interest works. You can't see the results instantly. Okay, you just can't. You can't see look at this chart. They come later on. But later on, when they come like a freaking tsunami, right? And now when we have this cryptocurrency opportunity here, the compounding is not only the growth percent right now in cryptocurrencies is very, very high. So that's why we can we have the possibility to make ridiculous amounts of money very fast, because we are on this kind of like where things are changing. For example, that's why I'm on DeFi, because everything is going from off chain to on chain, everything all in DeFi, and there's tons of money to be made. So that's why it can compound like 10x a year, and think about that compounding. It's like so so anyway, so that's that. And also, if you think about Ethereum is a world computer. Think about it, like if Ethereum becomes the world computer, think about how crazily it will compound in the upcoming years. Like, just think about that. So this is what Warren Buffett talks about, that he doesn't like to look at charts, because it doesn't compound. When you look at the charts and when you draw the lines, it does not compound. Okay, I'm telling you, no one else is. I can bet you have not heard what I just said from anyone. you haven't heard it from anyone. And the reason for that is because the sources I'm listening my information to, and I have been doing this for years and years and years, I don't even know where the half of my information, like I can't exact pinpoint where I got it from, but I made sure that all of, for example, my books are just the top books. Okay, for example, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, a couple of people that you can trust with your information, as a resources. For example, on crypto space, are the founders of the projects. For example, Vitalik, on Ethereum. And then there's a couple of people that I like to, I have learned a lot from, is, for example, Naval Ravikant. He is very good at, making, complicated things in a very easy way. Also, Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett. I like to follow Tai Lopez. If you haven't followed Tai Lopez, he's very smart. He's very controversial, so some people don't like him. But he's, for example, he has mentored Mr. Beast, and you can see Mr. Beast's success. And also one of my, the guys I'm following, and I followed from him from start, and he has helped me to make money online. He's making like $400,000 a month, around that, and he's only like 24, and he was also mentored by Tai Lopez, like me. So there's tons of material online. All you have to do is dig in and just go deep. I have learned from Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. What they do is they get one asset and they go deep. So for example, right now with Ethereum, with the strategy, you learn something, then you buy more, and this just compound. It just goes. You can do it for as long as you want. And I have been doing this with Ethereum, and every time I dig deeper, I find it that it's a better one, and then I just buy more. Okay, so that's how it works. And yeah, so that's why I really like compound interest. I'm a huge fan. Guys, I have just started out myself. Like, I'm in just a couple of years in this. Like I said, I've been in crypto since 2017. It took me years to get to this point where I'm at right now. And right now, as I'm telling you this, you just cut 5 years, okay, of your learning curve. So from here, I wish just somebody back here would have showed me in the what is in the golden portfolio and just showed me things. I would already be so rich that it's ridiculous. But anyway, so I'm very excited to have this opportunity to share this with you, and I hope that you found this video valuable. And it has come to my you know senses that I may ramble a little bit here and there, but I don't know about that. So let me know if you like this video or not. Hit me up with reply to the email and stuff like that, because some people like this kind of rambling and some people don't. But if you find it valuable, I don't care if I ramble or not. If you find that, if the knowledge is great, I think that's the only thing that matters. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.